do you do, and welcome to some Peglin Cruciball 7, or some of you call it Howdy. And welcome. I think we're gonna go. I know Round Guard is so good. Immune to damage while reloading. Oh, magnificent. If you have a small deck, it's beautiful. Improved Catalyst saves me so many times just having a little bit of extra damage with those bombs, but we're in Cruciball 7. Special button, one additional crit. Hard to pass that up. Oh, I just had a nice full glass of milk. I don't know how that makes you feel, but I did have a nice full glass of milk. And it was dairy milk, cow's milk, as often referred to as, not like oat milk or almond milk. I think it's almond milk. I think that's what gets put in coffees. Coffees. I do believe. I do not drink any caffeine, by the way, if you ever desired to know that. I stopped drinking caffeine in high school. And I didn't stop for health reasons like a lot of people stop. I stopped, so it first started with soda. Of course, whenever you're a kid growing up, you always want that soda. You want soda, or you want pop, wherever you're from, pop, soda, same thing. But you always want that. And so whenever I was a kid, I had it ingrained into my head. It's like, pop, I want some pop, because that is what other kids my age like. Even though I despised the feeling of the carbonation in my throat, it was absolutely miserable. Absolutely miserable. Actually, it wasn't like absolutely miserable, but I just did not like it. It made me uncomfortable. It hurts my throat. And why would I want to be uncomfortable while drinking a drink that's supposedly supposed to quench my thirst? So I stopped drinking soda and went to tea. I guess we'll take the fight. So then whenever I dropped soda, I went to tea. I went to sweet tea. And once I hit sweet tea, my little sweet tea phase, I enjoyed myself a bit. I remember that fondly, sweet tea. My biggest memory with whole sweet tea would have to be on a road trip whenever I was younger. I guess it was in high school. We went to it was in high school. It was like, it was one of the summer trips my family took. We went down with a close family, friends of ours, and we went down to, our final destination was Navarre Beach, Florida. And we stopped and stayed a couple nights in, where was it? It was in New Orleans. We stayed there for a couple nights, and while we were on our way there, we stopped at a Waffle House. Now, I've met some people from all over the country, all over the US here. Some people love Waffle House, some people despise Waffle House. As I got older, I learned to despise Waffle House, and just because I don't eat anywhere that there's been a hepatitis outbreak. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just can't eat there. So I don't eat at like Chipotle. I don't eat at Red Robin's. I don't eat at Waffle House, of course. But that doesn't necessarily pertain to the story that much. I thought it was just a fun fact to share with you at that specific time, I guess. But back to the story. We were at a Waffle House down in Louisiana, or it was maybe in Mississippi. I don't know if we were... I think it was in Mississippi, though. So it wasn't necessarily... I think it was on our way to Navarre Beach from Louisville. Not Louisville, from New Orleans. And so we stopped at a Waffle House, and I got a sweet tea from this Waffle House. And if you know anything about sweet tea from the South, they absolutely love that sugar inside that sweet tea. And I'm pretty sure that sweet tea I drank was pure sugar cane. Nothing more and nothing less. Sugar cane smelted down into a liquid and served to me warm. No, it was actually cold. It was ice cold. The Waffle House, I mean, I had no taste buds, honestly. I don't know what's good and what's bad. I thought Waffle House tasted like every other breakfast place, even like a IHOP. Kind of tasted similar to that. Nothing too particularly good, nothing too particularly bad about it. I just remember the significance of that sweet tea. I think honestly that was probably one of the last times I had sweet tea, because right after sweet tea I moved on to green tea. And I did move on to green tea due to that was more health reasons, I guess. It was more cut back on the sugar a little bit. Green tea's a little more natural, a little more good. Not a little more natural, but a little more healthy for you in terms of teas. And so I drank green tea for the longest time. And then I found out they put a lot of sugar in green tea, at least those individually bottled green teas. So I was like, I'm gonna try unsweetened green tea. Did not like it. Did not like it at all. And so as soon as I did that, I switched back to the sweet green tea. And then I came to realize green tea's got caffeine in it. And I've seen so many people around me with that get caffeine headaches because they have caffeine withdrawals. And so I didn't want to be so dependent on caffeine to where, here, let me think real quick. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to do. Hit all 3 bombs. Oh, wow. Magnificent. Magnificent. Okay, back to the story. I didn't want to rely on having to find caffeine or having to need caffeine in a certain amount of time, because I will then get a headache from it. I just did not like that idea, so I decided to cut out all caffeine in my diet. And so that means I had to cut out green tea, which some days, even today, I still miss drinking green tea, because I'll be at a gas station on a long road trip and that green tea just looks so good. I can just buy it, drink it, and then you'd feel good about yourself because you think, oh, it's green tea. Green tea is good for you. But ultimately, I decided to cut all caffeine out, and I switched over to, I think, water or Propel. I think I went to Propel, honestly. I went to Propel because Propel just, I don't know, it seemed... It's sugar-free, 0 calories. I didn't think much of it. Then ultimately got done with Propel because Propel was kind of like my gateway to water. And then ultimately solidified on the idea of only drinking water. And I think I drink water V8. I will drink V8. You guys will have probably a heyday with me drinking V8, but it is what it is. V8, I think, personally, is delicious. And if I could have V8 every day, I would, but I do not have it every day because V8 original is just full, absolutely filled with sodium. So I would highly recommend, if you do V8s, do the low sodium version, or low sodium, or drink moderations of the original. That is my feedback. Granted, I am a business major, so I'm no doctor by any means, so please take it with a grain of salt. Don't take my word as gospel, as oftentimes, as you guys are probably aware if you've seen this channel before, I speak nonsense sometimes and I ramble on. Oh, why give me this choice? Give me this choice. You know, I gotta grab the gift that keeps on giving. I got to grab it. If it presents itself to my face, I have to grab it. It's just a gift. It's that time. It's like your grandma giving you a gift and you know exactly what it is just based off the shape it is wrapped in. And you kind of just have to grab it and act surprised whenever you open it, because she was so ecstatic that she bought it for you and was excited to see you open it. And yes, I am talking out of experience. Whenever I was a little kid, it was every year, never failed. And this was whenever I was a kid, which hindsight, I wouldn't mind if we went back to those days, because it was probably one of my favorite memories of Christmas time. So in Christmas, Christmas Eve, my family my parents and I and my brother would all spend it with my mom's side of the family. So my grandma on her side. And with that, we would exchange gifts with her and my grandpa. And every year, without fail, we would get one video game, whether it's for our Game Boys or Xbox or whatever it was. We would get one of those. My brother would get one and I would get one. And then we would also get, now don't get grossed out here, I know some people have opinions on this, there might be a couple things you might get grossed out on. Granted, I don't think they're gross. In all actuality, they're not necessarily gross, but I can see people's opinions on it. But we would get food items. And so we got the video games, then we would get a little 18 pack or 24 pack of mild, I don't know why it was mild, but we would always get an 18 or 24 pack of Slim Jims, mild Slim Jims. We ate original at home. I don't know why, but my grandma would always get us the mild. No idea why, but we would always get mild Slim Jims. We'd get Kipper snacks. If you didn't know what a Kipper snack is, a Kipper snack is canned herring. Canned herring, extremely, extremely good for you. I highly recommend trying it if you like seafood. If you don't like seafood, I highly recommend you try to avoid it, because it's like the definition of fish, what you would imagine fish is, but there's no like preservatives in it and stuff like that. And they say it's naturally caught. I just assume it's naturally caught just because they say it, which, I don't know how honest they have to be with that. I assume the FDIC is the food company, right? I think it's the food company, but I'm sure they crack down on people. What am I trying to say? Crack down on people lying about their food qualities, which I could be wrong. I don't know, but extremely good for you. What do I want here? Strange brews, extremely good. Unicorn horns, not necessarily. Suffer the sling. Either one of these two are good, so I'm gonna try to throw this way. Okay, so where were we at? Yeah, strange brews, fine. So where we're at, we got the video game, we got mild Slim Jims, we got Kipper snacks, and then we got a Bionicle. We would always get a Bionicle. Every year it was a Bionicle. And if you don't know what a Bionicle is, let me tell you, you were born in the wrong decade if you don't know what a Bionicle is. Or at least the wrong part of a decade, if that makes sense. Yeah, I would assume you're born in the wrong part of the decade, because I think later 90s kids, which I'm kind of mid to later 90s kid, but I still played Bionicle all the time, which I don't know if that... I think Bionicle may have been early 2000s. So yeah, a lot of you guys probably played with Bionicles or knew what a Bionicle was and would understand how awesome it is that my grandmother and grandfather would give me a Bionicle, and me and my brother a Bionicle every year. It was definitely one of the best gifts that we got, and we knew it was coming every single year, and it was so exciting because, of course, we open our presents as quickly as we possibly can, and my parents and grandparents would then do their like gift exchange, gift opening stuff. And while they're doing that, my brother's over there sitting, my brother and I are sitting over there in the corner, working hard on our Bionicles, getting them built out. So once we get home, we can play with them. But of course, this is all Christmas Eve. So we build them out. We get home like at 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. or whatever time it is. We go straight to bed because we're ready for Santa to come. Now this is a hard choice too. This is a game full of choices here. If we can end up with enhanced gunpowder, I think that would be nice because it can double our relic gain. I guess suffer the sling will be fine. Doubling the relic gain would have been very nice there. And by what I mean with double the relic gain is, since if we had the enhanced gunpowder would cause bombs to trigger all the pegs around it, and so bombs will then trigger other bombs. We have short fuse, so all of these bombs here would be a chain reaction. And if you do that to the bombs inside of the what is it, the relic, the free relic section, the chest area, I guess is a better way to call it. If you do it there, then you get an extra relic if you get rid of all those bombs. So we could have got extra bombs from that, but I guess suffer the sling kind of makes these orbs good. Stay up. See, you're kind of failing me a little bit. And we have so many. This is Cruciball, isn't it? No, we got Peg Bag, and we got... Oh, there it is, special button. That's what it is. That's how we're getting so many refreshes and crits out on this board. It's so beautiful, man. We have kind of an easy run here, not gonna lie. The only way for this to fail is with my own incompetence, which... Stay tuned to watch that, because honestly, my incompetence is quite strong. Whenever an enemy is defeated, refresh the board. Crit it, Chris. I think that's going to be a little better. We have enough refreshes on the board where we don't need to have... We don't need to have more refreshes. But this final boss is going to be kind of hard with no... This final boss is going to be hard with no piercing orbs. And we have no healing. Yeah, this final boss is actually going to be very difficult. It's a shame that we're fighting you again. I was kind of hoping for a different one to kind of mix it up a little bit, but at least we know we're strong enough to beat you. As long as we don't mess something up. Sad news in the world today. I guess, well, it's today. I mean, that's probably old news for all you guys. But if you're into football at all, Tom Brady and his wife are getting, are rumored to be getting a divorce. It's a sad day, but all of you guys now have a chance to shoot your shot. And I don't mean with his supermodel wife, I mean with him. I know a lot of people hate him and a lot of people like him. I think this might be better. Deal 2 times that amount damage to all enemies. So whenever he smacks me for like 30 health, the final boss, he's gonna just do, what is it, 3 times or 2 times? I wasn't paying attention. 2 times, he's gonna be 60 health to himself. That's not actually that impressive. Scratch that. Remove, upgrade an orb. Upgrade, do I need? I might remove the dag orb, as my stones are just gonna be more effective dag orbs. You know what I mean? Well, that stone's not going to be a more effective dag orb. Good refresh. Good refresh at the bottom. You're clearing out this side, all this damage to you, which is actually nice. Big. Honestly, probably gonna skip you and go Elector Peglin since it's technically better in all forms and walks of life. If it hits that crit, that would have been a whole lot cooler of it, but it wasn't required. Yeah, you didn't hit the crit either. And all this damage just goes into you. I need Matry orbs because I think if you hit that bomb, oh well, he's gone. Oh, refilibuster. You know, sometimes I forget the relics that we have that actually save our lives for the most part. And honestly, this doesn't even feel like we're playing Cruciball 7, if I were to be completely honest with you. And look at this. I mean, Electro Peglin, but you know what? We're going Sealed Conviction. You know why? We have Ambidextrary that will set us up for perfection here. Ambidextrary at least lets me discard an extra time, so naturally we get one discard. And so now with Ambidextrary, we can discard twice, so we can get rid of 2 orbs instead of just 1. But then Sealed Conviction takes away one of our discards. So since we have 2, we take away one of those, and now we're essentially back to square one with even stronger orbs. It's just, oh, I was really hoping it was chunky. If it was the chunky Peglin, I think we might have the build to beat him. Honestly, I think we have the build to beat the chunky Peglin here. Unfortunately, we're not fighting him this turn or this time. Sad day, but you can't win them all, right? You can't win them all. So tonight is actually Wednesday night. You know, I do want to take the time while I'm here, now that I kind of was talking to myself. I want to thank you all so much for the support that we've had recently. It's just remarkable how much we've grown and how positive our community is thus far. And I'm so excited to get the Discord up and running. Yeah, I'm waiting for the 500 sub mark, but it's gonna come before I even know it. And imagine if I get back. So you're watching this video. I'm in the middle of the ocean with no service. I have absolutely no service. I don't know what's going on with the channel. So honestly, you guys can all surprise me with it. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy whenever I dock up and get to look at my app that I'm going to be dying to look at, the YouTube app, because you know I am going to be itching to see it. We don't need another Elector Peglin. I'm going to be itching to see how everything's going because it will be the longest time without me being able to comment. Maybe I will have some service whenever I am ported up at some of these islands down in the Bahamas, because I do have T-Mobile, and T-Mobile has worldwide. I think it comes with worldwide service or something like that. I don't know. I know I went to Canada earlier this year and I had service there and no one else did because no one else has T-Mobile but moi. And so maybe whenever I'm on those islands, I'll be able to see and I can kind of respond to some comments so that I'm not just getting swarmed back with all comments and you guys aren't thinking that I'm ignoring you, because I know some viewers won't know that I am away and doing whatever I am doing, so they might think that I'm ignoring them. I am not. I assure you I am not ignoring you. I am simply just living my life without any service. Perfect. Special relic. Do we need it? Probably doesn't hurt. A little extra damage. Yes, we want to go left here. We want to go left. We want to go left. We want to go left. That's fine. We don't need more relics. We have too many as it is. And that's just the game saying it. Saying it to us. We'll brace for impact and take 16 damage. Oh, shoot. Why'd I even do that? Okay, yeah. We have... No, I gotta remove the level 1 stone. Okay. Okay, a few rookie mistakes there, I do have to admit. A few rookie mistakes. We obviously missed out on 2 extra relics. Just trying to make it a little more difficult for us. I'm sure those relics were going to be pointless. They were probably the Salt Shaker, and they were probably the... What's the other one? Salt Shaker and Planter's Glove. The 2 ones that do plus 10 damage to slimes and whatever Nod is out there. How did we lose more health? Maybe that's how much health we already lost. But we're max health by the end of Matryoshka's turn. I don't think Electropegnet's gonna be that good against the QR. I don't think it is that good of a relic against it one bit, if I were to be honest with you. I am kind of worried with where our refreshes have been bouncing off to. Do you think this one of those 2 refreshes over there is going to be the easier ones? Yes. Decent refresh up on top. You see, you just don't do much damage, eh? You know what I mean? You just don't do much damage. You stayed alive. If you can hit a crit, you'll do a lot of damage, but... Well, now we're max health again. So the Matryoshka still is kind of the overall better orb, at least right now. Maybe if we didn't have the gift that keeps on giving, Electropegnet would be better. I just don't think Electropegnet's necessarily that good with the gift that keeps on giving, if I were to be completely honest with you. Decent work there. You hit 1 red bomb. All that damage goes into you. Not necessarily the greatest of work, if you ask me. Well, that was awful. Enough bombs to get rid of you, maybe? Not quite. All that damage wasted again? That's okay. Okay. But Electropegnet, this is kind of where it comes into its own. These sliding ones. Well, it didn't really come into its own there necessarily, per se. I don't want to say it's necessarily my fault that it's not coming to its own, but I think it's probably because my throwing ability here. Ooh. Pop off, King. We'll start with you again. Red bomb hit, and this should end it. Now that is the Electropegnet I was hoping for. Not going to lie. Boom. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Refreshing punch is actually going to be massive since we have so many refreshes on our board. Electropegnet, just don't go into the black hole so early and we're good. Yep, that's more than enough damage. You do you, and I just sit here and listen. Yeah, I didn't think that level 3 stone was necessarily going to do the trick for us, but it was at least worth a try. Good refresh hits. Now maybe you'll do the trick. Unfortunate that you just dodged the crit, or the crit dodged you. But I guess it doesn't matter because you're doing so much damage. Yeah, we don't need you. I think we got a pretty good build as it stands. I don't think I can really ask for anything more. Maybe like Hero's Backpack might be nice, but Hero's Backpack would not like this setup here. But you know what would like it? Skip the Electropegnate and just let it rain on these bombs. I don't think it hit. Yeah, I didn't hit near enough bombs. That's okay. Bombs aren't necessity to win, but it would sure make it a lot easier. A whole heck of a lot easier. I kind of speed through you. That is my bad, Electropegnate, but you're an Electropegnate and you can just do whatever you want. Electropegnate? Electorpegnate. Thank you for your service. Gone to an elite. What elite do you think it is? I think Upside Down Man. Whoo. Whoo, hoo, hoo, hoo. What do you have to say about that? I was right. I know it's not often I'm right. Oh, come on now. You're a magnet. You're supposed to get attracted to that bad boy. Yeah, we're not doing necessarily a lot of damage here, but we are doing some damage, and that's the most I can ask for at this current juncture. Nice hit on that refresh. It's a shame it died. Intentional oboe, or let's just do wall chicken. That's kind of a weird name for it, wall chicken. I don't really get why it's called wall chicken, but I accept the fact that it's called wall chicken. Okay, you might pop off, King, if you hit a refresh. I mean, a crit. You know, I'm probably gonna skip the stone. I know some people might be screaming at me for skipping the stone, but look at this. I think sometimes I get lucky and sometimes I just know what I'm doing. You know, I'm probably gonna just eat you alive. Oh, that refresh stayed alive. We're gonna throw you into this one since it has all of the special orbs in it. Oh, I did enough damage to take you out. So that's 2 of them out, and you guys still have a lot of health left. But you think I'm afraid of you? I'm not. Maybe I'm a touch afraid of you sometimes, here and there. But with this build, I'm not too afraid. So you didn't even take him out? Blue boy. Kinda need to throw you. Maybe that's the direction I need to throw the Electropegnate, is upwards as it's moving across. Because if I throw it over here, it kind of just gets sucked down, gets dropped. I don't know, maybe I just got lucky there. Maybe we wanted to beat. I think we would have beat the chunky Peglin with this build, maybe. It would have been very close. Yeah, see, I might just need to throw it upwards. Upwards and onward. Nice work. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, if you want to take notes right there, because that's probably the easiest way to ever beat Cruciball 7. Just pick up Electropegnate, pick up the Matryoshki, Ambidextrary, Sealed Conviction with the gift that keeps on giving, and you are golden. You're the golden child. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please consider liking. If you want to see more, consider subscribing if you want. You don't have to, but we're on the road to a 400 currently as I'm making this recording. Who knows if we're already there. So let's just say road to 500. We're road to 500. And then comment down below what's on your mind, man. I love hearing from you all. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.